So bad news, guys. I ran the new water to air intercooler setup, and it didn't work out. I'm really pretty tired of it. It's just not doing very well. Having problems with the water pump. Ended up having an electrical fire because of the extra wiring for the electrical. Just really wasn't working out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going back to an air-to-air setup. I got two different old air-to-air intercoolers sitting in my garage, so I'm gonna look at both of them, pick one of them, and figure out which one's gonna fit the best. And then I'm gonna do that because it's getting absolutely ridiculous, and there's no reason why I should be having these problems with this car.
Never push it in my socks. Fucking wake up. Thinking like shouldn't I stop? It should go hard. Bitch, I need fucking a lot.
Like just hit him in it, might just send him in a crisis. And I'm in no life and I'm in no type shit. Just send him in no hype shit. And I'm in the white shit. And I'm in his eyes go dark. Like this, and I'm like he bite this. But I'm shit like this. Like, but he likes white better and that's my live. And I'm with the fight still. And I'm in the light still on. But his eyes go dark.
Mommy, I got. Each leg go my clock. Let me go raw. Never push it in my socks. Fucking wake up. Thinking like shouldn't I stop? Bitch, you go hard. Bitch, I need fucking a lot. Mommy, I got. Each leg go my clock. Let me go raw. Never push it in my socks. Fucking wake up. Thinking like shouldn't I stop? Bitch, you go hard. Bitch, I need fucking a lot.
All right, so I'm taking this water to air intercooler out. It's been causing me nothing but trouble. Finally just giving up on it. It's just, it's been too much of a mess. I haven't been able to get air intake temps down where I want for very long. And then just recently I just had a electrical fire from the relay running this motor, and I'm just, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. It's time to move on to something else. So I'm going back to my air-to-air setup. So I'm gonna try to figure out which one I want to use. I've got two intercoolers here. This bottom one would probably be best because it fills the whole mouth of the front end and lets me get more air through the intercooler. But this second one up here might actually fit a little bit better. So we'll see how it works. I ran this one up here, and that's when I did, I believe it was about 240 on the dyno with that one back when I was on my air-to-air setup before. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. All of this intercooler piping out here is coming out. I'm gonna redo it as far as to have it air-to-air. So it's gonna end up having to loop over top, come down here, and then pop out right here, down here up front, right in front of the bumper, and then come around and back up. So yeah.
Love with me, yeah, and that just be the damn way. I pull these women like y'all don't pull a hamstring. All that fake shit, it be nonsense. This is real shit, man, I promise. Since nuclear war might be upon us, so figuring out the perfect time to go and be honest. Cause I've been unsure what life meant for, working long hours for a dream that I kept 4 years low key, but now I'm hell bent on making a reality. Like why else was it dreamt for? And I've been with a girl that I see no future with, cause I've been too scared to go and do this shit on my own. But I am grown, but that don't mean I'm grown. Sometimes I confuse the shit, sometimes I can be the worst type of dude, looking in the mirror like goddamn who was you? So I play the game, not the one with the shoes, the one who sat in the mirror just to change his fucking view. Yeah, and you know I ain't a thug with it. Tell the truth, I don't know what love is. In the worst way I be struggling, cause I don't know what love is. Yeah, and you know I ain't a thug with it. Tell the truth, I don't know what love is. And that just be a damn shame, cause without a man the world fucking can't change. Float on, drift away. It's too bad that you could stay. It's too bad that we became all the things that we wanna change. Float on, drift away. It's too bad that you could stay. It's too bad that we became all the things that we wanna change. You were more than what I dreamed you. You were the fading light that I cling to. And I won't lie and say I need you, but I still wanna keep you. Cause my love tastes your chances sound like freedom. A slow walking along, curse eating, devoid of peace and barely breathing, ever sleeping but never dreaming. Don't look at me like that. When the devil come calling, please just fight back. Unlock your soul, get your life back. If you read this, don't write back. Float on, drift away. It's too bad that we couldn't stay. It's too bad that we became all the things that we wanna change. Float on, drift away. It's too bad that you couldn't stay. Too bad that we became all the things that we wanna change. Float on, drift away. Too bad that couldn't stay. Too bad that we became other things you wanna change.
So here's my Celica bumper next to my Lexus SC bumper. You can tell they look really similar. Just kind of crazy. So I pulled out all the melted wire. So only wires I have left is right here is the radiator fans. You got this one over here as well. And then over here, got my flex fuel sensor. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna clean all this up. Right now, I'm just trying to get all the burnt pieces off. And then over here, I got my boost controller that I'm gonna rewire. Those are the only two electrical I'm gonna leave in. This boost controller and flex fuel, everything else is gonna go. If you look over there, I also, I'm gonna pull out the battery relocation kit and I'm gonna put the battery back here, and I'm just gonna have to figure out a way to run the intercooler piping with the battery sitting right here, because I'm not dealing with all this stuff anymore. Because you can see right here, this is where the battery relocation kit up front grounded to the chassis caused the engine fire. And it seemed like no matter what I did to try to cover up this terminal, still wanted to ground. So I'm not trying to mess with this anymore.
One kind of blue, and that consisted between male and female is in love. In love, just like I sung one of them songs a while ago, and I put a voice in it. Say that love hide all fault, make you do things you don't want to do. Love sometimes will leave you feeling sad. I'm talking about the blues, I ain't talking about monkey jump. And it consisted between male and female.
Here's the final setup I ended up going with, since that water to air intercooler just was not working out and it was just causing nothing but problems. So I had to figure something else out. So as you can see, I ended up having the intake. I have it in the engine bay now, but I ended up taking the intake, running it down, comes into the turbo, then from the turbo comes out. Yeah, it kind of sucks that it has to go over the exhaust manifold, but I got this heat shield to hopefully shield some of the heat. I put a little bit of this wrap on here, hopefully get some of the heat. Take it around, it drops down, comes down here to where it goes into the bumper where the intercooler's at, and then from here it pops up on this end, comes up, got my blow off valve right before the intake, and then goes right into the intake. Also too, what I decided to do to help with the IETs when I'm at idle is I went ahead and I ran not only a line to my catch can, but also a line to my idle air control valve, because for some reason on this engine the idle air control valve does not run in with the intake. So I ended up making it work that way. Eventually what I plan to do to hopefully keep these air temps down inside the engine bay, because they do still tend to rise when I'm sitting at idle at like a stoplight or stop sign or something, is I'm gonna get someone to fabricate a box that'll kind of box this in, because the one thing that is nice is this hole right down here, it comes all the way down out to the fender right down here, because that's what the stock intake used to do. So if I can kind of box this in, hopefully it should get the IETs at least a little bit better, and where I'd like to keep them.